Tom has a very interesting universe. His world is not like yours or mine. Tom, essentially, he's happy. He's very happy, and that's the best part of Tom's world, is that he's really happy. And he is completely unaware of the fact that he's disabled or has disabilities. He doesn't seem to realise, he doesn't care if he does realise. And I think that's, I'm not religious, but it's a blessing. I think it's great that he doesn't understand so much about his own abilities and limitations. He has difficulties walking and with his fine motor skills and language. When they were about 4 days old, Tom was so sick, Flynn was very sick, before they then started treatment with antibiotics. With Flynn, the antibiotics managed to help, but with Tom, the infection had already gotten into his spinal fluid, which means the infection travelled up to his brain. He's not aware of certain things in the way his peers are. And certainly having an identical twin, we've been able to just track all of his life, the difference between them. When they were very young, there wasn't much difference between them because you still care for a baby in the same way and toddlers, but as he gets older and older, it's just the gap's widening. Having a child with disabilities changes everything, You have to put a lot of attention and time towards that child, particularly when they're young. There's early intervention programs with physio and occupational therapy and appointments with different medical specialists. It's hard to keep the family dynamic not just on that one child. You have to involve everybody. You can't ignore your other children. They have needs as well. I have to parent Tom differently to my other children. Tom is 23 and I still am parenting him in the same way I did when he was 3, whereas my other children, I get to be the mum of adult children now. So it changes you as a parent that way. And personally, you have to find a lot of strength, and you usually don't show it to anybody, so you have to put up a barrier that everything's fine, I'm okay. So yeah, there's lots of changes. I still worry in terms of future care. If he's not always with me, who would be watching him? You have to be mindful of the fact that he's vulnerable. He's vulnerable to other people and situations, so yeah, we kind of have to wrap him up in a bit of cotton wool. He likes to get people to do what he wants them to do. He wants to ask you to come and do drawings for him on his whiteboard or look through a book with him. He's not going to ask you what you did yesterday and how have you been and how are you feeling. He just wants you to do what he wants you to do. But he's very good at that and very charming with it. Everyone we know, all of our friends, all of our family have known Tom his whole life. Or new friends just warm to him. He has quite a nice, charming personality, and everyone loves Tom.
Most of these guys would end up playing rugby to begin with, because they've had strokes, car accidents, so this is where they try and rehabilitate them, to try and get them to the best of their ability. Mentally, it's just quite challenging that you've got people that can walk, the next day you're not. With my disability, it's a lot different to the rest of them. I'm born with my condition. My disability affects on the muscles in your body, how much you can move and all that, and it also affects over time. So if you saw me when I was younger, it'd be a lot easier than normal, because I would look just like you. But as I get older, it'll just get worse and worse and worse, and you can't do anything about that, unfortunately. If they go in and straight on my back, then I'm at more risk of either dying or being a paraplegic and then being back where I am today in this centre trying to rehabilitate myself, which is really quite challenging. Virtually every day that goes by, my life is in the balance. And I'm not the person that's going to sit here and let my condition CP take control of my body and let it win. But it's already taken over my legs. I'm not going to allow it to take over anything else. Doesn't matter who you're up against. It just means you've got to do the best you can. And being around this group actually helps. You're playing at an Olympic level, which is not many people can do. Especially around this sort of area, you can't do it. At the end of the day, you're in this sport to play and to win. And if you're not willing to put the effort in, then don't bother. A few of us get a bit angry with ourselves because we've made a mistake that we shouldn't have done. And our job is not to make mistakes. Because we can't make a mistake at top level. If we make a mistake at top level, that's one to two goals up on the scoreboard that we can't get back. Especially when you're playing teams like Canada, America, and all the other states where you've got to compete with. It's just, you can't do it. So you've either got to be on your game or not on your game. So if you're not up for the challenge, then they're not going to take it.
James has autism, global, which for him it's his speech delay, his sensory, his motor and gross motor and fine motor skills are all delayed severely. Apart from having Danzy, she's changed a lot of that and given him some confidence to run and change in his gross motor and get him out and about. When he was first diagnosed at the age of 2, it was really, really hard to hear. Not your typical boy, your average 2-year-old. And as time went on, we could notice a lot more that what he couldn't do to an average child his age. Danzy's been our little miracle with Paws. She's come into our life and she's just changed everything. Yeah. The whole surrounding, the whole home is a lot more relaxed. I'd have to say that she's our biggest therapy. Yeah. Out of all of our therapists that we've had, she's it. She changes everything. She changes all the dynamics in the home. James's needs for her are so big. Yeah. Not only as a working dog in the home, but out of home. Yeah.
So the main purpose is for safety, because a lot of children with autism, they just don't have that same desire to want to stay with their parent, and they've got a bit more danger to them is just not, it doesn't enter their mind. So if they see something that they're quite interested in, they're just going to want to go to it. So the dog acts as a safety aid so that they can go, and if they decide that they wanted to go after that car because the tires are really shiny and really interesting, that they can only go so far, and then the dog will anchor, and then it gives the parent a chance to redirect their attention back on the walk. And the other thing is they start to rely on it also emotionally. So where, like James's situation, if there are environments that lights or sounds are really, really challenging, they get comfort from the dog, and probably because the dogs are their energy level stays and they're quite calm. So it makes it a lot easier for them to integrate and do things that they've never imagined that the parents could go and do.
We always did the best we could. One would stay home, the other one would do a quick shop or wait in the car, or, you know, for a quick couple of things. It was a challenge, and it was too much to tackle just one-on-one. Now it's out the car, it's, you know, he's confident, he's happy to walk alongside her and know that that's, you know, and I've got his safety as well. So there's other days that he has his battles. There are challenging moments, and you're not gonna have a good one when he just doesn't want to take the lead, take that handle and walk out that door. You know, he's too afraid to go. But 99% of the time, he will engage now and interact with the outside world and give it a go. And, you know, just knowing that you can pull away at any time.
So No Strings Attached is a company for disabled actors, so people of varying disabilities, physical and mental, and it gives the opportunity for people from all walks of life to come together and create theatre, to learn new skills and to meet new people. Yeah, I love working with all the guys here because they're all just so different and so open to just get up and have a go. And especially Ryan. Ryan's really open to just getting up and doing anything. He's very creative, very interesting choices. He's a really great guy and a really great actor. He's very good, especially for film this term, I found.
The disability I live with is a mild intellectual disability, and it has affected my life. In particular, my acting career. My role in the Angels Project is to play a doctor who has a fanaticism about religion. What do you mean? Because he's a religious fanatic.
I got involved through Paolo, so Paolo's the director for this term, and he asked me to come on board as the assistant director, which I was very happy to do.
The performers with disabilities sometimes is interesting because their creativity is more active sometimes than one actor without a disability, because their imagination sometimes is higher than an artist or a professional actor. Sometimes when we touch in madness, scenes with madness, some actors, professionals, try to do fantasy about what they think is madness, but with them madness is reality, and that is their life, and is so real at some point. Sometimes is they are not fake nothing, you understand, and sometimes the professional actors use tricks to pretend to be crazy or with schizophrenia or with psychotic problems.
With no strings attached, I get more opportunities to express how I feel as an actor. It's a really like a friendly one and a professional one at the same time.
Yeah, my relation with these performers is very special because it's quite sometimes it's quite a friendship, personal, and at the same time we keep very professional. Like I push them to be more professional possible because, like you know, no strings attached at the moment. Do big productions like Sons and Mothers and Sons. We are planning the Angels, and the level is very high. Because of that, is not just because they have disability. We try just to do, I will say, entertainment, or at the same time training them, the ones who in future maybe go to productions too.